I'm Christian.
I am Darsh D.
And this is Mason.
And we are.
And we are out of this world.
Productions. Space. There's a lot of it. There may actually be an infinite amount. Imagine that. You can't? Okay, then let's talk about the observable universe. The observable universe is basically all the parts of the universe that has had time for their light waves to reach Earth since the Big Bang. Why Earth? Because that's where we are, and where we are is where we observe from. But don't think we're special. Every point in the universe has its own observable universe. It has a diameter of 93 billion light years and a radius of 46.5 billion light years, meaning we can see 46.5 billion light years in any direction. But can we
see why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
It's got, dandelions?
Dude, there's cinnamon sugar swirls and everything.
That's a lot of space. Where did it all come from? Well, remember that Big Bang thing I mentioned earlier? About 13.8 billion years ago, the universe was very hot, small, and dense. Then an explosion happened. A totally rad explosion that expanded the universe, made atoms and space ingredients, which eventually made stars, planets, galaxies, and other cool space stuff.
Wow.
Space
is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
It may have been really hot, but the Big Bang sounds super cool. In fact, it was so cool, some people can't even believe it happened.
Not everything about space is cool though. Here are some not so fun things about space. Isolation, radiation, confinement, motion sickness, disruption of senses, redistribution of fluids, and bone and muscle deterioration.
Yeah, those things don't sound fun at all. Space stinks. At least that's what the astronauts say. And surprisingly, it's not because Uranus. Apparently it smells like welding fumes, gunpowder, and burnt steak. One astronaut even said, this is one of my favorite, he said it smells like walnuts and brake pads. What a wacky ensemble of aromas you got there, space. Did you know that when 3 or more celestial bodies in a gravitational system line up, it's called a syzygy? Yo, can you pass the syzygy? Thanks.
Did you know that space is completely silent? Sound waves need a medium to travel through. Since there is no atmosphere in the vacuum of space, there is no sound.
Did you know this is what Uranus sounds like? Oh god, I don't want to be a planet anymore. Just kidding, it actually sounds like this.
But Darsh just said space is silent.
It is. If you were outside a rocket ship, you wouldn't be able to hear these sounds like you hear on Earth. That's because sound is created by pressure waves, and the sound you just heard from Uranus is created by electromagnetic waves. Some electromagnetic waves occur within our audible frequency range, so scientists can translate them into sound waves for us to hear. Not that anyone really wants to hear Uranus, just letting you know that we can hear Uranus.
Did you know that Venus's year is actually shorter than its day?
No way. How's that even possible?
It takes Venus 225 Earth days to orbit the Sun and 243 Earth days to complete one rotation on its axis.
Did you know 95% of the universe is invisible? Only 4.9% of the mass energy of the universe is atoms. Dark energy makes up a whopping 68.3% of it, and dark matter makes up the other 26.8%.
My favorite thing in the universe is dark matter. I like it because it's dark, but also because it's made of particles that can't reflect or emit light. It can't be seen. Sometimes I feel like dark matter. A vast nothingness, filled with stars that have long burnt out. Strange. Space resembles Jessica. She left me just like all the stars in the sky, light it up and fill everyone with hope. But I know the truth. At least I have you, space.
The solar system with Christian. Let's talk about the solar system. We should start at the center. The sun is here. It's really big. Like 99.86% of the solar system's mass big. And it decided not to go to college this year because it already had like 27 million degrees. That's how hot it is. These are the planets. Mercury, the smallest and closest planet to the sun. Venus, some pictures of it look like a miniature sun. Other pictures make it look like that weird liquid they use for paper mache. I don't like putting my hands in that stuff. Earth, where we live. Mars, some of us might live here one day. Then there's a bunch of big rocks called asteroids. Together they make up the asteroid belt. Jupiter, the biggest planet, it has a big Earth-sized storm on it that's been going on for at least 360 years. Saturn, the sexiest planet. Don't get too excited though, someone's already put a ring on it. Uranus, the funniest and only planet with a sideways axis tilt. If it went down a slide, it'd sound like this. And Neptune. It's blue. They all orbit around the sun, though until Copernicus was like, hey, you guys are wrong. In the 1500s, we used to think that everything revolved around us. Well, our own Pomeranian still does. You're as wrong as the people before Copernicus, Willow. This is the moon. Unlike the sun, it does orbit Earth, and always looks like this, but not to us. Sometimes it looks like this, or this, or this, or this, or this, or this, and sometimes even this. Man, space is weird, but I love it. And I love my space water bottle. You love me too, space water bottle? Oh. Okay. What's the size of a school bus, orbits Earth at about 17,000 miles per hour, takes photos, and generates 10 terabytes worth of new data every year? The Hubble telescope! Thank you. Thank you. One of the most productive scientific experiments ever built, and one of the most humble things in the universe. Some might even call it the Humble telescope. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You have the pointing accuracy of 7,000th of an arc second, which is like being able to shine a laser beam on President Roosevelt's head on a dime, you know, about 200 miles away. Speak louder. I used to play CSGO in high school. That helped. You take amazing photos. Well, you know, there's always room for improvement. You're so humble. Thank you. These are the pillars of creation. They are clouds of gas about 7,000 light years from Earth. The leftmost pillar is 4 light years tall, or over 1,000 times our solar system's diameter. Why am I telling you this? What does it mean? It means nothing we really do has any significance. We are just individuals among a species of primate with billions of relatives living on a tiny rock in the middle of nowhere. We're not special. But sometimes we can make each other feel really special. And I want to thank everyone who helped me create this video. It makes me feel special. So thanks.